Kamala Harris has now arrived in Chicago ahead of the Democratic National Convention. She'll be formally named the Democratic presidential nominee at the convention later this week. Harris and her husband, Doug Emhoff, were greeted by a welcome party on the tarmac. Crowds of activists are expected to gather in Chicago for protests outside the Democratic National Convention this week, hoping to call attention to such issues as economic injustice, reproductive rights, and the war in Gaza. The Japanese Yasukuni shrine that honors the war dead, including convicted World War II criminals, has been vandalized again. Japanese media says graffiti reading "toilet" in Chinese was written in what appeared to be black marker on a part of the shrine near the arch. An area was cordoned off with cleaners working on a stone pillar. The shrine called it deplorable, stressing it was not the first occasion. In May, part of the monument was spray painted red. A Chinese suspect was arrested in July. Neither the police nor the Shinto shrine would go into details of the latest vandalism, with an investigation underway. One day after his daughter became prime minister, Thailand's former leader, Thaksin Shinawatra, was in a Bangkok court. He attended a hearing today for a criminal case brought against him for allegedly defaming the monarchy. The charge could mean a jail term of up to 15 years if convicted. Thaksin told reporters on arrival at the court that he wasn't worried because it's probably nothing and it's a matter for the lawyers. The billionaire businessman was ousted in a military coup in 2006. He said the case was probably a holdover from that era. On Saturday, the king released Thaksin from house arrest after he served a shortened sentence for corruption. The Consumer Council found 4 brands of toilet paper could clog toilets and advised against using against them. Regarding cooker hoods, the council said 5 models sold in Hong Kong had failed safety tests. Jackie Lin has the story.
Too much toilet paper to flush? The embarrassment of a clogged toilet might be averted with better choices of toilet paper. The Consumer Council tested 25 models of toilet paper rolls. With satisfactory hygiene conditions overall, they can also resist a force of rupture, remaining robust after getting wet. These 6 models performed well, scoring 3.5 to 5 points. But the watchdog found that 4 models are hard to disintegrate, meaning they could clog the toilets or sewers. When the samples were tested in a rotating device for 40 seconds, the 4 brands could not break down in water at all.
Those models were relatively high in strength when wet, and perhaps that was why they did not integrate in water within a short time.
Reminders for those with a runny nose, too. Some tissue paper might create more fibers and dust than others when crumpled and sneezed into. While no fibers got dislodged from 13 models, this brand released the most, accounting for 0.4% of the material, which is still within standards. But this bamboo-based toilet paper was found to contain small amounts of bacteria, though within mainland standards. The Consumer Council reminds the public that toilet paper rolls are not vacuum-packed and they are prone to bacteria growth.
Use it for cleaning the table, which is fine, right? But just don't use it for your face, for your body.
Also tested were 14 models of cooker hoods. 5 of the samples failed safety tests under international standards. 2 samples' ground wires were not long enough. 3 showed the satisfactory flame retardant capacity. Test results have been sent to the Electrical and Mechanical Services Department for follow-up work. Jackie Lin, TVB News.
Hong Kong has been picked as the host city for the Lions Club's International Convention in July 2026. Organizers of the service organization's 6-day gala expect the convention to attract some 20,000 members and bring in $400 million worth of revenue to the city. Timothy Lee tells us more.
Lions Clubs International, a more than century-old organization engaged in charitable and service-related activities all over the world, holds international conventions in different cities annually in a bid to attract its over 1 million members. Hong Kong has been selected to host the event in 2026, marking the third occasion the convention will be hosted in the SAR after events in 1992 and 2005. Set to be held at the Asia World Expo, members can participate in several exchange sessions on topics such as experience in community service. Hong Kong and Macau, which make up the 303rd district of Lions Clubs International, expect some 20,000 members to arrive in the city, with 60% coming from Europe and the US and 40% from Asia. Most of them are entrepreneurs and professionals. This, as Sammy Shum, the organization's district governor of Hong Kong, stressed the gala will give a welcome boost to businesses across the city.
Hong Kong Lions Club has about 69-year history in Hong Kong. We hope that through this Lions Convention, the third time in Hong Kong, have a good economic contributions to the Hong Kong economy as a whole, especially after the COVID-19.
He added large-scale parades will be held in Tsim Sha Tsui and Wan Chai, featuring the cultural diversity of the organization's members from abroad.
We have 600 districts from more than 200 countries. So for the parade, it takes about 2 to 3 hours. And every district, they from their home country, they will wear their own costumes and maybe bring their school bands and then maybe have some performance on the street.
Meanwhile, organizers said around 6,000 hotel rooms will be arranged for tourists visiting Hong Kong for the convention. With a history of serving communities around the world stretching back to 1917, the Lions Club International said they will continue to contribute to major initiatives, including childhood cancer, diabetes, and disaster relief. Timothy Lee, TVB News.
That's the news. Thanks for watching. Pearl Magazine is up shortly. See you then. Bye for now.